guys, Cyberbling here, and welcome to the first chapter of the Android King saga. Today, I'm going to be reading about 1, 2, well, I'm trying to figure out which parts are first, actually. Ah, perfect. I figured it out. Right, so we shall begin. If you see me looking over to the right, it's because I've literally got my story right here. So, chapter 1, the adventure begins by me. And in this video, you'll be getting a lot more information about the origin story of how the Android King took over the world. So, yeah, we shall begin. And we shall begin right now. In 1998, Tim Saker had an idea. He wondered if it would be possible, if anyone could take over the Earth in only just 23 years. And so, with his two comrades, Tyrannus Vulcan and Mr. X, they decided to work towards taking Earth. In 2012, Tim Saker fell off the bridge in Gold Seed City in England. He then was dead for about 2.5 years. We need a way to bring the boss back from death. Any way would be great. The people who work for Mr. X had the best idea. One of the tech workers said that we can turn him into an Android King. Into an android. But that would take that. But would that even work? Mr. X said, being very curious. They worked for 6 whole months, but with little success. This is hopeless. We will never revive the boss at this rate, a tech worker said, being very worried. Never fear. With my intellect, we will bring him back to life, Mr. X said, with a serious look on his face. 1 year and 2 months passed, and they finally came up with the tech to bring their leader back to life. Mr. X and Tyrannus Vulcan set out to find a substance strong enough to bring Tim Saker back to life as an android. And then, after only 3 weeks, they finally found what they were looking for. And they found it in the wastelands of South Africa. 7 years after the civil war that broke out there. Well, Tyrannus, we finally found what we were looking for, Mr. X said, with a happy look in his face. Then we must go back to our warehouse base in the Deary Day City, and give it to the tech team at HQ, Tyrannus said, with a gleeful expression on his face. Yes, let's do just that, Tyrannus, my old friend. So after a long flight back to the British Empire, they gave the item called Carbon X to the tech team. And it would take them at least under a year. It would take them at least under a year to get the new android body of Tim Saker to work properly. And so, after 2.5 years, Tim Saker finally awoke. at the Good Seed Central Hospital. Oh, I feel bloody awful, Mr. X. What happened to me? And what year is it? Tim Saker said, with a weak tone in his voice. It's 2014, sir. But your plan for world conquest is on schedule. Mr. X's voice was a good sign to Tim. It would take about 3 weeks for Tim to get used to his new android body. Yeah, in this story, I'm not really going to be explaining about what happens with Tim, though, because he did come back to life. But I'm not going to really explain anything until chapter 2. So this is just the opening stuff to get everything sorted out and all this kind of crap. And just to let you know, there is swearing in this. So if you're under the age of, say, 13, do not watch. I've got other videos on my channel that you can go and watch that are without swearing. So let's continue, shall we? Oh, where did I get to? Oh yeah, I forgot. Tim Saker said with a weak tone in his voice. Yeah, that's literally it. As it was. It would take about 3 weeks for Tim to get used to his new android body. Mr. X, what's happened to my body? Because I don't feel right. Then Mr. X told him that in 2012 he fell off the bridge in Gold Seed City. Holy crap. So you're saying that I was dead for 2.5 years? Tim said this with an anger that scared the 2 nurses that were in the room. Hold on. Let's go do some rewrites quickly. They left the 2 men to their own devices. Yes, sir. That is what I am saying. But now that you have a new body, this new body of yours works similarly to your old body, but with a lot of upgrades. That put Tim's mind at ease. Okay, Mr. X. Let's get out of this damned hospital and get back to headquarters in Dairy Day. Mr. X said to his boss that they needed to move their HQ to a different location. Where is our... Oh, damn it, I forgot to put a word in. Where is our base located now? You fucking no-good loser. Mr. X didn't say a word. He just took out a map and showed him the new location, the new area the HQ is located. 2 months later. Well, here he is, Tyrannus, our newest recruit. He's a little rough around the edges, but with time and training, I'm sure that Red Dreyfus Fox will be a great addition to our cause. I won't tell you anything about Red Fox just yet, because he is a mainstay of the videos. And here's the thing about this. Something happens in this that is completely different to, say, any other like superhero or villain thing. So yes, Tim Saker is the main villain, so we got that going for us. Well, but technically he's actually the protagonist villain. And Red Fox is basically the antagonist hero. So there you go. That's what you should know about this. So, Saga the android said with a happy look on his face, Mr. Saga, I will do what I can to help you take this world for yourself. Red said this without permission to speak. And then hey, when the boss allows it, hey, you only speak only when spoken to, and only when the boss allows it, Mr. X said. Only to stand down when Tim glared at him. Alright, it is time to plan the downfall of the royal family and Emperor Edward. Paradise. Tim said with a very evil look in his face. Ooh, there's some plans in the works that he's got in mind. We don't know what it is yet, but we'll find out soon. It's all in my mind, and I'm going to be bringing out a lot more episodes to tell you exactly what's going on. So we shall continue with the story. Every time I pause, it's so that I can let you know exactly what's going on. And as I said, as you will read on, I will be telling you a lot more about the origins and all this kind of stuff as well. Also, in this, we'll be talking about Tim's childhood as well. That will be happening in chapter 5 of the series. So look forward to that. That's going to be a really good episode, because it's only going to be a 2-page thing, but it's going to be it's going to be really good. Some of the stuff that you'll be hearing about is actually from my real life, but a lot of the other stuff will be fake. So yeah, it'll be stuff that I've never even done. Tim said with a very evil look in his face. When Red Fox heard this, he started to get very worried and wondered what the hell he signed up for. On the Empire's news network, they were now discussing this new villain called the Android. This is Mickey Jenkins reporting, live for UK News. I'm outside the home of the YouTuber Saberblink X666. Yes, he has the same YouTube channel as me. Trying to get an interview, but I keep getting told to leave, and that their boss doesn't want to be hounded by products of an empire that is born through lies. The report ends when a bullet goes through the reporter's head. Ooh, hoo hoo. Oh dear. That's a bit of a shame for that reporter. Yeah, Mickey Jenkins was literally just a one-line character. In this story, there will be a lot of characters that actually have just one line, and then that's it. They're just dead. And yes, this is going to be 18 rated only, because there is going to be a lot of talk of gore and killing and all sorts of other stuff. So, and now got about one, two, 3 pages left. So we shall continue with the rest of the story right about now. Ha! Serves the guy right for trying to interrupt the boss's quiet time. the mysterious voice said before slashing the news crew's camera into pieces. "You have done well, my newest assassin. Your name is Silver, isn't it?" Silver nods, and they go to a pub in downtown Day called Hendrickson Outsiders. And while they were drinking, Tim comes to the reality that even if he consumes 20 pints of beer, he couldn't ever get drunk ever again. Shit, I've had 12 pints, but I'm still bloody sober. Mr. X notices this, and he brings him a beer that has a mix in it. That has a mix in it that can make him only slightly drunk. This feels amazing. I can finally get drunk, even though I'm an android. When Tim said this, the bartender calls Day's police. "Hello, can I have the police, please? The criminal known as the android is in my pub. Please come and arrest him." All part of Tim's plan, and you'll find this out pretty soon. Within the 15 minutes after the police were notified, they came to the Outsiders pub and arrested him, Mr. X, Silver, and two of Tim's henchmen. But those henchmen, you receive them. You don't hear from them for a little while. I'll tell you who those guys are pretty soon. And took them to the Day Central Police Station to wait for what happens to all three of them. "Mr. Saker, you are hereby charged with the murders of both General Henshaw and the Prince of Ireland." Yeah, in this story, Ireland is actually a kingdom, it's not actually part of the British Empire. It's a completely different thing altogether. The police chairman said, "Yeah, not a chief, not a commissioner, nothing like that. Chairman." The police chairman said, and as the three of them were hearing out the list of charges against them, a loud boom was heard from within one of the holding cells from the prison next door to the station. Well, it looks as if my men have finally started to enact out my orders to blow up one of the prison blocks and release a dear friend of mine. Ha, 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 ha. The chairman got so mad that he pulled out his pistol and put it in Tim Saker's face. In this, guns are legal in the British Empire. "Call off your men now, or I put a bullet right between your eyes." Tim just sat there and continued to laugh his evil laugh. And stated that his plan was going perfectly. 3 hours passed, and Tim, Mr. X, and the assassin Silver walked out of the police station as free men. After Tim killed the chairman and all the other heads of the Day Police Department, the Day City Police Department. Those police were so damn weak. Okay, boys, we got what we came for. Let's return to the Outsiders pub to the outside of the pub and thanked the owner for playing his part in my plan. So they go. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, so they go and do just that, and thank the owner of Hendrix Outsiders Pub. 2 years pass, and it is now the year 2016. This is a very important year, because this is the beginning of Tim Saker's real plan to take over the British Empire. And it starts with an unknown death of the Prime Minister John Nightstorm. Prime Minister John Nightstorm. And after his death, Mr. X, now known as Alan Peterson, take his place. Takes his place as the new Prime Minister of the UK. And as for Tim, he starts a brand new militia that has the task of tackling terrorism wherever it may be. Now the old Prime Minister is dead, I can move forward with my plan. And the first thing I would do is show my friendship to His Majesty the Emperor of the whole empire. And then, in 2017, kill him and his entire extended family. What is this brand new villain planning? And who will be able to stop him from completing his ambition for ruling the earth? And in the shadows of a part of Goldseed City, a hooded figure appears. So, this is 2016 of the former British Empire. Why hasn't my younger self killed America's king yet? In this, America has a king. Not a president, not a government, a king. The king actually does everything towards the people. And they love him. They love him completely. But when he dies, oh, it's insane. America's king yet. For him to do this, I will need to give him this book of plans for him to look at and use these plans to become the new ruler of the British Empire. And with that, the hooded figure set off to give the book of plans to Mr. X so that he can give it to Tim Saker. Mr. X, what the hell is this book? And this handwriting seems very familiar to me, Tim Saker said with suspicion in his voice. Who was that hooded figure? And why did he give Tim Saker a book of plans? Tim doesn't know. Tim doesn't know it, but the hooded figure is himself. Hold on a minute, I need to rewrite something. From 90 years in the future. From 90 years in the future. One of the plans in the book is the plan to blow up Paradise Castle on Battlebridge Hill. Alright guys, that's actually all that I have for the first episode for chapter 1. I hope you actually enjoy this little look into the story that I have in mind. I'll be uploading a lot more of these videos in the near future, so be prepared to see a lot more stuff And now you know that the Android King is actually Tim Saker, so... But at that point in the story, he's only known as the Android because he hasn't taken over the UK yet. He hasn't established his rule yet, so... He's only known as the Android at this point. Well, I would say thank you guys for watching. Leave some likes on the video if you actually enjoyed. Leave some comments if you actually want to see more of the series that I've got in mind. Thank you, and I've been Saber Bling. As always, stay true to yourself.